Good morning. It's kind of early still, and I am going to make my family a nice big breakfast. And I thought I will film it and show you what I'm going to do. A country breakfast skillet. And it starts with it's kind of a potato and pepper base. So if you'll think of maybe a potatoes O'Brien, something like that, and then you add some cheesy scrambled eggs to it. If you would like to keep this stored on your pantry shelf and you want to make it the way I'm making it, I'm going to suggest that you store some shelf-stable bacon with it, and something like this. Okay, you can store a package of this with it. This bacon is good for 2 years. Okay, so it's got, a pretty good shelf life. I actually have some bacon that is in the refrigerator that I'm going to be using, but you could use that, okay? And I'm going to show you how to do it. Gotta hydrate. Now, what you'll want to do first is rehydrate some ingredients. So I'm going to tootle around the kitchen and do some other stuff. I'm going to preheat my skillet. But before I do that, I'm going to go ahead and add some water to my jars to get them rehydrating. So real quick, let me show you how I put these two jars together. Okay, I am going to be making quite a lot of food here. This is going to serve 3 or 4 people. And you could definitely cut all these measurements in half if you don't need that many servings. Start with a good amount of potato dices, and then you're going to need to flavor up those potato dices. Just some simple seasonings here. I've got salt, pepper, and a few red pepper flakes. Just a little bit of heat there. I'm using both kinds of our bell peppers. I've got red bell peppers and green bell peppers. I did snap those in half just to help them fit in the jar better. A few tablespoons of our green chili peppers will add a little bit more spice, and then some onion slices. And this is quite a full jar, but it does fit. You could smush it down in there. And then you can set that jar to the side. That veggie jar is ready now. Moving on to the second jar, we're going to add the egg and the cheese to this jar. So I'm going to add 3/4 of a cup of our scrambled egg mix, which is the equivalent of 6 eggs. And then I took about 1/2 cup of our pepper jack cheese and I pulsed it in the blender just because I wanted it to rehydrate a little bit faster, and pulsing it will help that happen, and it melts just the same. Go ahead and add a little bit of seasoning to your eggs. You don't need too much because that cheese does have some salt in it, but you do need a little bit of salt and pepper there. So these are the jars that you could keep stored on your pantry shelf. And I just think it's really convenient if you have these already prepared and ready in advance. So when you wake up one morning and you're ready for this meal, it goes by a lot quicker. And this is how you do it. I'm going to go ahead and add some really hot water to this jar. And I'm just going to add it until it kind of starts to float. Okay, it started to float. I'll just go ahead and put that lid on and put it to the side. And then here's the egg and the cheese. And I'm going to add 1 1/4 cups of water to that. Bubble, bubble, bubble. Get it down in there. I'll get a spoon. Help that along. Okay. There's the rest of that. So what that is going to do is just ensure that the cheese that's in here is completely refreshed. You don't want to put crunchy cheese into your egg scramble. While that refreshes, I'm just going to go ahead and put this out there for anyone who is interested. About 6 months ago, I made a video, what are the perks of becoming a Thrive Life consultant? Since then, the price has dropped, so I just wanted to let you know instead of $99, it's $40 to join as a consultant, and that's a one-time fee. It's not a yearly fee to be a consultant. It's a one-time fee. So you pay $40 and then you get all the perks of becoming a consultant. So even if you're not planning on sharing this with other people or trying to sell food, but you are purchasing food on a consistent basis, that is the best way. It's the most affordable way to do it. All right, let's get back to breakfast. Those jars are just rehydrating on the counter, and we'll move on to the bacon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add some butter to that bacon. And we're going to get some yummy bacon butter. I just think that sizzling bacon is one of the best sounds ever. So this is over about medium heat. You're just wanting to render the fat. And I'm really wanting some bacon butter to cook my other ingredients in. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'll take the bacon out once it's nice and crispy, and I like to keep it separate because that way it stays crispy. And I'll use the rendered bacon fat that has turned into bacon butter, because I put that butter in there, and I will saute the potatoes and the peppers and the onions in the bacon butter and give them some really great flavor. And then we'll add the eggs at the end, the eggs and the cheese, and it'll be a glorious, yummy country breakfast skillet. Yeah, I think that's ready. Isn't that lovely? Nice and crispy. Here we go. So any of that leftover water that was in there is going to cook off. And then we'll just be left with the hydrated vegetables and the grease. And that's how we're going to fry them. How about that? That right there would be a fantastic side dish just on its own. I'm just gonna let them fry on medium heat until they're to the doneness that I like. All right, this has been sauteing for about 5 minutes. Get some good color on the bottom there. And it smells heavenly in this kitchen. The onions and peppers, oh, that smells so good. Little taste, make sure. Oh yeah. Yes, okay. Now I'm going to turn down my heat. Just a little dab of butter. You make your eggs however you like to make your eggs.
I just love these eggs. Oh, so good. How do y'all like your eggs? Do y'all do scrambled eggs? Fried eggs? Over easy? Over medium? Poached? I have a sweet, sweet friend. He was my dad's best friend, actually. He was my godfather when I was growing up. Dean Waddle was his name. Dean Waddle, Captain Waddle of the fire department in Garland, Texas. Captain Waddle was at the fire station, and he would take the new recruits and line them up, sit them down when it's time for a meal for breakfast, and he would say, "How do you want your eggs?" He would get all sorts of orders. "Well, I like mine over easy, Captain. I prefer fried." He would take everybody's order, and then right in front of him, he would go scramble the whole batch. He would just scramble all the eggs and say, "You get what you get. How about that?" Just loved his stories. Captain Dean Waddle and his sweet wife Johnnice, they were my parents' best friends. They still live in Houston. Okay, guys, this is about how I like my eggs. I like a soft scramble. Okay? But you take them as far as you want them to go. But I'm going to call that good. All right, let me show you. That right there is a country breakfast skillet. And it's so, so yummy. Okay, let me plate this up.
Isn't that lovely? It's just so, so delicious, and it smells amazing. It's got great texture. I highly recommend this one, y'all. So this scramble is good with the bacon, like I've showed you here, but it's also good without it. It doesn't even really need it. If you want just veggies, it's super delicious. It's also good with like ham or sausage, whatever you want to put in there. And my favorite accompaniment for this is the buttered toast. Okay, that's my favorite. But my husband, he likes to stuff it in a tortilla and eat it like a breakfast taco. I'll show you that in a minute. So this filling is so delicious because of all the wonderful veggies we put in there. That pepper jack cheese is so good. Those potatoes, they get kind of soft and creamy, and it's so buttery and delicious. And surprisingly, this reheats really well. So if you have leftovers, you could reheat them in the microwave, top it with some salsa or some Cholula hot sauce, or you could stuff it in a tortilla like I'm showing you here, and you have like a whole different breakfast. So good. I hope y'all try this one. I will include the full recipe and my shopping link in the description box below in case you want to pick up any of these Thrive Life ingredients. I'll also include my website where you can pick up a copy of my Meals in Jars cookbook. I've got an ebook, and once you purchase it, you can download it onto multiple devices. You could print off any of the recipes you're interested in. I've got more than 90 recipes in that cookbook, and it's a great resource for you if you own freeze-dried food and you would like to be able to cook with it. I have so many good recipes in that book. I hope you'll consider purchasing it. Okay, guys, thanks so much for watching. I appreciate you. Please hit the like button and leave me a comment below. Those things really help my channel to grow, and that helps feed my family. So I appreciate that so much. Y'all are so awesome. And if you are interested in becoming a consultant, all you have to do is click on my Thrive Life shopping link. And then on the website, there's a tab at the top that's called Join Us. You can hit that Join Us button, and that will walk you through the steps and help you become a consultant. All right, guys, y'all have a blessed day. As always, thanks for watching. And until next time, y'all take care and keep thriving.